I want to talk today about giving psychology away. Some of us are interested in psychology as a career and we study it, and if we're fortunate we develop a career in it and we get paid for providing psychological services. It's possible to give it away though, both as a student and later as a professional, and I want to talk today about 4 different ways to give psychology away. One is through starting a Facebook group pertaining to psychology. Another is writing a blog pertaining to psychology. A third is mass media, interviews, newspaper, TV, radio, so on, pertaining to psychology. And the fourth and last one is providing pro bono or free services, which could be treatment or consultation. So I'll start with the first one, which is starting a Facebook group. That's something I've had experience with. The group I started, or helped start, was a group for psychology students at a specific university, and what's happened is it's grown and grown over the years, and people stay in it even after they transfer or graduate because it has useful content about new psychological findings, how to apply psychology, and other interesting information about psychology. So that's one possibility. That did take a number of years to get going. It's possible to do it in a general group about psychology. Might be more successful to be more specific. We had it specific about one university, but it could be on a specific topic, a specific goal of positive psychology, gratitude, or it could be something about some specific type of problem such as depression or eating disorders. So that's one way to give psychology away. Start it, promote it, get it going, and then manage it. Manage it, which can be a big deal and can take some time, but it is possible to reach many, many people, perhaps hundreds, perhaps even thousands of individuals through a Facebook group. The second method I want to talk about today with regard to giving psychology away is writing a blog pertaining to psychology. Again, it can be general or it can be more specific. The blog I've written now for several years pertains to applying psychology to everyday life using psychology. So I can put lots of different content in there, hoping people will read it. That's always the challenge, to reach the people. There's a potential to reach a lot of people, but they've got to find it, and that depends on search engines like Google in part. So there is an art to being found and continuing to be found by search engines, so people looking for some information find it. But think of the value of that. They want information, they come to you, you provide it, it's good information. There you're helping a person, maybe multiplied many times over, all over the world, wherever there's internet access. The third method of giving psychology away that I want to talk about today is writing is mass media. There are different ways to do it with mass media. Being interviewed is the easiest way for sure, whether it comes from TV, which is the biggest, the most impactful form of mass media, TV, radio, newspaper. You have more control if you have something of your own going that's regular, and so I'm very pleased to have been writing a newspaper column that's now weekly, and it's distributed across Australia. And so my column features again on using psychology, applying psychology, and so I can write about all sorts of different topics, hoping that people will take what I give them, apply it in their life, and get some benefit out of it. The challenge there, the challenge often in giving psychology away is you've got to get people to find it, and then you've got to make it interesting enough that they'll read it, and it has to seem interesting and useful to them, and then they have their chance to use it, and there you might have an impact through mass media, where you're reaching, again, thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of people. My best adventure in that has been treating someone for a television show where there's a huge audience. The person gets better through psychological treatment, says, if I can do it, you can do it, to the audience, and then lots of people with a similar problem go seek help. And so in this case, I've been treating people for different types of phobias: spider phobia, snake phobia, clown phobia, all sorts of different phobias. As long as the person gets better, there's a potential to have an impact on a great number of individuals. So that's, in a way, demonstrating the power of psychology to attract people to use it for their own benefit. Now, the fourth and final method of giving psychology away is pro bono work, working for free. And there are many ways to do this. A couple that I've used, they involve providing free treatment to individuals, so I do that one person at a time. Every person who's seeking help is interesting in some way, so it's quite a benefit for me just getting to know these people, and then if they get better, there's a great benefit to me, but also that individual benefits, and that's my goal. Now, this doesn't have the potential of mass media of any sort or social media because we're usually working one person at a time. However, if we consult with an organization, whether it's Lifeline or some big organization. Lifeline is an organization that helps people who are in crisis and provides them with help, usually over phone, but also can do it in person. If you can consult and improve that organization in some way, there's a potential to reach a lot of different people rather than one at a time. However, going back to the one at a time, that help is very valuable to that one person. So I never want to rate that as unimportant. Helping one person at a time is very good, especially for that person. And so that's my 4 methods that I recommend for giving psychology away. Facebook group, and make that good and grow. Writing a blog about psychology. Mass media of whatever type you want. As often as you can, regular if possible, whether it's your own show or your own newspaper column or magazine column, and then the pro bono work either with individuals or with organizations.